gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I could still get shot by the police. I could get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
YouTube, it's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Now to an update on a wild story we first told you about yesterday. A shootout at a Family Dollar in Northwest Miami-Dade.
Dang. Shootout at the Family Dollar, bro. You can't go nowhere, bro. I'm telling you, these super gremlins are on demon time. And I ain't gonna lie, these few female officers, a couple of them pretty thick.
Out at a Family Dollar in Northwest Miami-Dade. The store manager and his wife are under attack after police say that manager fired an employee.
NBC6's Alyssa Hyman.
Dang. So, I mean, this matches up with the theory that shout out to Ock Nation that he made up, that you can't really tell a super gremlin to leave anywhere because they're going to be upset. So if you do something like that, make sure if you're going to fire a super gremlin, just close the whole business down for the whole day. It's OV. All right. You want to close up shop and you want to leave immediately after.
I'm enjoying this live from the jail in Alyssa. Police arrested that employee and her boyfriend.
Well, that's right, Trina, but that employee is set to be released from jail probably any minute now, very soon, because a judge today found that there was no probable cause for her charges. But that same judge did find probable cause for her boyfriend, who will remain behind bars here at TG.
Dang. See how these female super gremlins get these dudes caught up? I mean, she put the battery in his back. No doubt that she put the battery in his back and got him all amped up. And then he goes in and shoots up the dollar store and she's out and he's locked up.
BK accused of trying to kill that store manager.
Once the shots went off, I took off running. I ran. I'm scared of my life. I don't know what to do.
But right after this interview, Demetrius Burks was taken into custody. Police say he tried to kill the Family Dollar store manager who had just fired his girlfriend. A far different story than the one he told us just yesterday.
That man was lying. I was like, hold on, this dude's in an interview and now they arrested him. What happened? This man is a liar, bruh.
Once the shots went off, I took off running.
When I was looking at the interview, I was like, he looked like he on demon time. I ain't gonna lie, if it ain't the blonde out dreads, which I told you guys about the dyed dreads, particularly the dyed dreads, a lot of dudes with the dyed dreads are on demon time in the golds or silvers, whatever those are, in his mouth. Definite indicators of demon time. I'm not gonna lie.
I ran. I'm scared of my life. I don't know what to do.
But right after this interview, Demetrius Burks was taken into custody. Police say he tried to kill the Family Dollar store manager who had just fired his girlfriend. A far different story than the one he told us just yesterday.
It was my girlfriend inside of the establishment trying to go to work and have a good day at work. And the manager came at me, threatening me, saying he has red beams and that he has guns.
Cap. And you know what? I don't know who this manager is, but it sounds a little off that the manager of the Family Dollar is talking about red beams and shooting, and then you come back and spray the place up. It's hard to believe, but, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I really will.
But that's not what it says in his arrest report. What it does say is that he was the one with the gun and had it pointed at the store manager's head right after he tackled the manager to the ground in the parking lot of the Family Dollar. All of it caught on camera. Police say Burks had gone back to the store with his girlfriend, Brianna Love, and another man to confront the store manager. According to the report, the store manager's wife, who was also there, tried to scare Burks off with her car to protect her husband, which is when police say the other guy who was there with Burks shot at the wife.
Dang. So this man done brought his super gremlin homie, pulled up, tried to press the manager. Wow, man. These super gremlins are on demon time.
The wife, scared for her life, allegedly fired back.
She had to protect her husband. They
Okay, she popped back.
both got registered guns, and when the shootout ensued, and she thought her husband was going.
I don't know what she doing with the blue micros and the Louis V handkerchief, but that joint does not match.
To be injured, she fired the gun.
Eventually, the store manager was able to get control of the gun from Burks, leading him to run away. Burks eventually came back to the scene where he was arrested along with his girlfriend. A judge, though, deciding a tearful love should be released from jail.
Anyway, there's no probable cause on any of the counts. Release outright count 1, 2, and 3. Stay away from those victims.
Wow. So they let her go. I mean, it appears that she didn't really do anything. Crying in court, showing remorse. But like I said, she probably did put the battery in his back. I don't know if she made any threats or anything like that, but she probably definitely called him up. Hey, they finna fire me. Da, 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 da. Y'all know how I go, man. I'm telling you, these female super gremlins, they be turned up, all right? And they be talking smack and putting the battery in a boyfriend's back to come get on demon time.
So again, we are expecting Love to be released from jail probably sometime soon. As you heard the judge say, she's ordered to stay away from the victims and the store in this case. And she could still be charged later on at her arraignment. Burks, her boyfriend, is being held on no bond for that attempted murder charge. The third person who was with the two of them.
Alyssa Hyman. What a name. What a name. I mean, wow. I mean, I'm not even going to go there.
Them has not been identified. For now, reporting live at TGK, Alyssa Hyman, NBC 6 News.
A murder mystery after a man was shot and killed just steps away from his own home in Southwest Miami-Dade.
Police now searching for the shooter.
Shorty on the left is tough. Definitely.
Local 10 News reporter Roy Ramos is live at the scene with a possible motive.
Well, I just got a chance to speak to the wife of the victim, and she tells me that her husband sold jewelry. She believes that's why he was targeted. She has identified him as Luis Hernandez. He's 43 years old, and she tells me that he was getting out of the burgundy Cadillac you're looking at right there, getting ready to walk into his apartment when he was attacked, shot, and killed.
Dang. It's like that? Man just trying to sell jewelry, get his little jewelry business going. A burrito brother. And they came and aired him out.
I want to show you what this looked like when police arrived here. Cell phone video we obtained showing the moments Miami-Dade police officers try and revive that man who'd just been shot inside the Seasons apartment complex just before 5 on Wednesday. Officers said they responded to that area of 149th Avenue and 80th Street in reference to those shots fired. When they arrived, they quickly discovered a man had been shot dead outside of his own apartment. As crime scene techs gathered evidence, they learned the victim, 43-year-old Luis Hernandez, was walking from his vehicle to his own apartment when witnesses said they see a man reach down to his ankle, pull out a gun, and fire off one.
Dang, he had the strap in his ankle.
One shot. As we come back out live, we can tell you that police are investigating. However, they have said the same thing that the victim's wife is telling us. They do believe the motive behind this may have been a robbery. Right now, they appear to be searching for a vehicle, bronze in color. They do believe this is an SUV Cadillac that was seen leaving from this area. They have been able to get a description of that vehicle from surveillance.
What about the person who is responsible for this shooting?
That they were able to obtain from a nearby apartment. As we gather more information on this, we'll be sure to let you know. But if you have any information that could help police, you're urged to give Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers a call. That number, 305-471-TIPS. For now, in Southwest Miami-Dade, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
A Florida family devastated after learning a suspect in the shooting death of their young loved one was acquitted of murder.
And Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in West Miami-Dade with the details for us tonight. Bridget.
Calvin, this was such a tough interview. This family, they are devastated over the loss of their 10-year-old, Marlon Eason.
Dang, she fine.
And they fear after this suspect was acquitted that justice may never come. March of 2015, 10-year-old Marlon Eason was playing basketball in his front yard in Overtown. When gunfire erupted, he and
Wow, man, and Overtown is a rough area. A lot of zoos out there. Definitely a community, immigrant community at that, but the same super gremlins on demon time.
his grandmother, Dorothy Ruffin, ran for cover.
He fell. He was still bouncing his ball, and he fell. Then when I looked back, I'm like, wow, Murray got shot. I started screaming. I was screaming. I was saying, somebody please help me, help me.
Little Marlon, also known as Merv, wouldn't make it. His grandmother made Marlon a promise before he passed away.
I promised him, I say, Merv, I will get justice for you.
You were arrested by an arrest warrant for first-degree murder.
Police arrested two teens, 18-year-old Ernest Rowell and 15-year-old Caleb Newkirk, for Marlon's murder. Time stopped for Eason's family.
So they arrested two super gremlins. I can't stop it because the prompt goes in the corner, but they look rough, and it looked like Buddy was trying to talk back in the courtroom too. Watch this.
You were arrested by an arrest warrant for first-degree murder.
Police arrested two teens, 18-year-old Ernest Rowell and 15-year-old Caleb Newkirk, for Marlon's murder. Time stopped for Eason's family as they awaited their day in court. Last week, a jury acquitted Newkirk on the murder charge, even though court documents say the pair admitted they were aiming for someone else.
Wow. So they admit that they shot up the block. They were aiming for someone else. They kill a young boy, a young black kid. They admitted it, and he was acquitted. So much for the racist criminal justice system, huh?
A stray bullet struck the boy in the head. For Eason's family, the acquittal was unexpected.
And you got a child killer free.
Ruffin says without a conviction, there's no justice for her grandson.
Wow. And this is what I will say. There are a lot of child killers in the community. All right. As a matter of fact, there are people in the community who take pride in being a child killer. Okay. Like I said, women, children, nobody's off limits when it comes to a super gremlin on demon time.
I want justice for Murray. Somebody got to be accounted for justice for Murray.
Newkirk has since bonded out of jail, has been released from jail, actually. And that other suspect, he's expected to appear before a jury and a judge next month. For now, we're live in West Miami-Dade. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
States versus Virginia, the Supreme Court struck down VMI's male-only admission policy. Writing for the majority, Justice Ginsburg stated, supposed inherent differences are no longer accepted as a ground for race or national origin classifications. Physical differences between men and women, however, are enduring. The two sexes are not fungible. A community made up exclusively of one sex is different from a community composed of both.
Wow. So I wanted to do this video because we have Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman to be nominated to be in the Supreme Court, a Supreme Court justice. You know, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's from Miami, Dade County, and that's why I had the Miami stories rolling up just to show you what's going on in her home of origin. And I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. I thought that you know, or I held out hope that she was not going to be one of the wokesters, but obviously I was wrong. And you can see it in the way that she answers this question. Now, basically, she is in a hearing, and she is basically getting questioned. I wouldn't necessarily say interrogated, but there's a discussion going on, and they're talking about they're basically talking about protected classes in a sense. And the woman who's talking to her is making a comparison to say, hey, okay, we can pretty much say that, okay, at the end of the day, race doesn't matter. We're the human race, whatever, which, you know, we all know that that's a whole bunch of gibberish too. There's definitely different traits that different races have. And it's not a matter of nature versus nurture. Well, it's not a matter of nurture, it's a matter more of nature. I'm not saying that people can't change or people can't be aware of what's going on with them personally or their lineage and move accordingly, but what I am saying is there are definitely differences between the races. Absolutely. Okay. But you know, she conceded that. The woman who was questioning Mrs. Jackson conceded that and said, okay, well, you know, we can't really make a differentiation between races and whatnot and places of origin, but we can make differentiations between the sexes. And that is what she is arguing. And listen to how Ketanji Brown Jackson responds.
Do you agree with Justice Ginsburg that there are physical differences between men and women that are enduring?
All right, so that's a simple question. Do you agree that there are physical differences between men and women that are enduring, meaning you can't change these things, okay? You can't change these things. And what she, you know, I'm going to go ahead and let her respond.
Senator.
Whoa. This is a yes or no question. See, what are you doing? It's a yes or no question.
Respectfully, I am not familiar with that particular quote or case, so it's hard for me to comment as to whether.
All right, I'd love to get your.
So she's dodging the question. She doesn't want to answer the question, and this is insane, man. And this is what sisters do. I mean, have you? People gonna get mad, but dude, have you ever been in an argument with a sister? They do not want to answer direct questions, and this may be women in general, but I found it. I found that in my past relationships, when you ask these sisters these questions, man, they're dodging, they dipping and dodging and trying to figure out how they can answer the question differently without actually giving you a answer. And this is what they do, man. Jumping all around the question, hopscotching around it, not really answering it directly. And this is who we're going to have as a Supreme Court justice. And it's not about her gender. It's not about her race. It's just the fact that she is intellectually dishonest. Talking about, I can't really speak on that because I'm not a biologist. Dude, you don't have to be a biologist to say, like, seriously, come on. Like, do I have to be a biologist to say, hey, you know, let's say, for instance, this girl in the corner in the little video or whatnot, you know, she kind of looks straight. I'll get some top. I don't have to be a biologist to say that, yo, I'm a heterosexual man and I would probably smash Shorty in the left-hand corner, okay? Whereas Ketanji Brown Jackson, not so much.
Opinion on that, and you can submit that. Do you interpret Justice Ginsburg's meaning of men and women as male and female?
Again, because I don't know the case, I don't know how I interpret it. I need to read the whole thing.
So you need to read the whole case to make the differentiation between male and female. See, this is this is what I can't stand. And she's finna be in Supreme Court, and she's finna start. She gonna mess. She is going to single-handedly topple the justice system. Okay, she's gonna bring through swift reforms, swift bail reforms like this. You already know if she can't answer this simple question, she is definitely going to start implementing criminal justice reform and da 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 da. And we need less time for violent offenders. And I'm telling you, these Supreme Court super gremlins are on demon time.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in this context.
Wow, and we're really this is the most educated group. This is the most educated. That's what they saying. That's what they telling us. This is the most educated group in America, and she cannot give a definition of a biological woman. Wow.
So you believe the meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition.
Whoa, so you address disputes? Well, do you not dress yourself? Do you see that your body parts are different from your husband's body parts? Do you see that at all? Does it make a difference? As a matter of fact, why didn't you marry a woman? Why didn't you marry a female? Are you attracted to women? I mean, honestly, she probably is. She probably definitely goes both ways. I'm not gonna lie. Allegedly, okay, because she is a Supreme Court justice or a nominee, whatnot. I ain't trying to get sued. But answer that. Why did you choose the man that you decided to spend the rest of your life with? Is it because he, maybe has a penis?
People make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer.
Lord, please do not let this one. Did she already get in, or is it still like up for grabs? Lord, please do not let this woman get it. Please, bro. Please.
About something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video. All right, guys. So just making sure my audio and everything is right. If we're good, just put it a 1 in the chat and we will keep it rolling. Okay. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the last video that I premiered about Kentaji. Yeah, she is a nut for real. It's really sad, honestly. Like I don't even know what to say. Like the fact that you are dancing around defining what a woman is crazy to me. But then these same chicks, I'm telling you, these same chicks will have all this type of stuff to say about black men this and black men that, and men this and men do this, and they start all the wars, and they thought. Okay, so they'll talk all the ish about men, but then say, hey, how do I define a man? What makes me a man? Why are you talking about men as if I'm a man? Okay, my hair's longer than yours. Does that mean I'm not a man anymore? Like, it's so crazy. This is the type of, and that is at the highest level. She's being nominated to be a Supreme Court justice. I pray to God that this woman does not get nominated. Like, it makes no sense. And the fact that, like, she's so afraid of the LGBT backlash is crazy. But it's gotten too far. We've seen that it's gotten too far. It's at the highest level, and it's not changing. Nothing is going to be different. But today, guys, we are actually going to be talking about crime, statistics, data, numbers, and we're going to be breaking this down. I've got statistics for crime in 2020 because the FBI is not going to be releasing their crime statistics for 2021 because apparently not enough bureaus around the country submitted their results. So we have a lack of data in this information age, which seems very fishy to me. Okay. And I definitely don't want the FBI on my ass, but I do have to call them out on this, man. I do have to call them out on this. It's like, why aren't y'all showing the stats? What's the reason? Okay. What are you guys hiding? What do you guys see that y'all don't want us to see? It's actually pretty frightening. Okay. It's frightening that they feel like they need to hide the stats. And it's not like they have, okay, so basically they have to have 60% of the data to be submitted in order to make a determination on if they're going to put out the stats. But they only had, I think, about 54%, and they're not going to put it out. So what we are going to do is we're going to break down this information. But first, guys, make sure you guys hit the super trap, hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. YouTube takes 30% of the super traps, but if you want to join in on the conversation, I will absolutely read your super traps. It'll be a little bit more difficult for me to notice the Cash Apps and the PayPals as quickly, but the super traps will definitely come up. So make sure you guys hit that super trap. And matter of fact, I'm gonna make some super trap t-shirts because I'm the first nigga to say super trap. So we definitely have to get that going. Okay. All right. Let's see. Also, guys, let me know what other t-shirts you guys have in mind. But I will be reading all your super traps. So we got GC Saves or Jesus Christ Saves 777. He says, just forgive. God judges all in the end by Jesus Christ. Okay, shout out to you, GC Saves, bro. When it comes to the forgiveness shit, bro, we gonna have to have a conversation about that. But JL says, what up, Gen Z? Demon time is all at an all-time high for these gremlins. Yeah. Big facts, man. Big facts, man. Demon time is going crazy right now. Shout out to a long story short with a $2 super chat. He says, have you ever seen Modern Day Debate Channel? No, I haven't, but I'll check it out. But anyways, guys, yeah, we're going to get into this information about the FBI because I find it really weird that they're not putting out this information. All right. So let me share the screen. Let me know if you guys can hear the playback and if we are doing good on sound. But let's get into it.
Around this time each year, we'd usually be reporting on FBI crime data. The numbers help us understand trends happening around the nation. This year, though, we will not be getting those numbers. Our investigative data journalist, Ali Ingersoll, explains why.
As data trackers, we're usually breaking down numbers, but sometimes the lack of data is as notable. And that's what's happening here. We were expecting to see crime data from the first quarter of 2021. It's collected by the FBI and used to track trends. However, this note popped up.
All right, so what this note says is for the quarterly release, due to a lack of participation, being under the 60% threshold, data trends by region and aggregate population group will not be available. So they were supposed to get 60% of the data sent in by bureaus across the country, across the United States, and they only got, it says they received, okay, so it says in 2021, the FBI quarterly uniform crime report for the nation is based on data received from 9,881 of 18,818 law enforcement agencies in the country that year. Okay. So not enough people reported it. Or not enough bureaus reported it. And it doesn't make sense to me that they don't have a uniform system where they're just like right after something happens, automatically punching it in into the system. But apparently they were only able to get about 53 to 54% of this data submitted. Therefore, they are, deeming the data obsolete, and they are not putting out the FBI crime data for 2021. So we are not going to see the jump in crime stats from 2020 to 2021. What we will see, though, guys, is the jump in crime stats from 2020 to 2022. So what that means is we're going to see a huge increase in violent crimes. And I think, in my opinion, I think they're going to try and drag this out as long as possible. Okay. I think they're going to try and drag this out. And basically they're going to say, hey, look, we're going to try and drag it out until Joe Biden comes up with a solution to minimize the crime, or at least skew the crime data to make it not look as bad. I don't know what's going to happen, but they are holding back this data. And what does that say for policing in 2022? How do we move forward from this? Because what usually happens is you use those statistics from the previous year to learn to improve. But all of the murder rates are going up. Okay, we see Philly, we see Chicago, we see Atlanta, we see Dallas, we see Memphis, we see Los Angeles, we see San Francisco, we see Baltimore, we see all of these areas where the crime is going up, the murder especially is going up. The bodies that these super gremlins on Demon Time are catching is going up, and we have nothing to show for it in the year of 2021 because apparently they weren't able to submit all of the data. Now, how they don't have some type of technology that tracks this shit like back to back to back bewilders me, right? They have technology where you can track your calories, right? You got a gunshot spotter. Cities have shot spotters. You mean to tell me that the FBI or the federal government does not have a software that can keep up with all the crime statistics throughout the whole year? I mean, they have databases that keep your record from when you were a kid to now. They track everything. They track your purchases. They track your credit cards. They track if you want to buy a gun. They track if you want to buy a car. They got your credit score. I mean, they got your social security, bro. And they can't track how many crimes on a national level. And these bureaus can't create one software. Like, come on, bro. Okay, I run a business that's software dominated. And like, there's no way somebody hasn't created this. But they don't want to put out the data for whatever reason why. And I think it's because it's super gremlins on Demon Time.
The Bureau saying they won't be releasing any quarterly stats from 2021 because not enough agencies disclose the information. As of last year, the quarterly nationwide uniform crime report data comes from the National Incident-Based Reporting System. And while the Bureau notes on their website that submitting the information is voluntary, there's no one holding anyone accountable who doesn't turn over stats, even if it does affect if the FBI will release an analysis. The Federal Crime Agency has a 60% threshold for releasing nationwide data, meaning if less than that percentage of agencies release their crime stats, the Bureau won't do an analysis for the entire country. So that's where we are right now, since only about half of the police agencies reported this information. Crime analysts fear the lack of data will affect how we understand crime in our country and communities. Now, Raleigh police, they were one of the agencies that participated and turned over their information. Their data shows both violent and property crime rose last year over the year before. In Raleigh, Ellie Ingersoll, WRAL News.
All right, guys. So you heard that. It's gonna get real spooky out here, and the problem is we're not gonna know what we're dealing with. We're not gonna understand or be able to understand what we're up against. Okay, most people aren't. Okay. And I see y'all little merch suggestions. Y'all are doing some good merch suggestions. I see Sunrays. He said, make the full Pooh Shiesty mask with BGZM Demon Type. Hey, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, I fuck with that. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely be getting this merch out to you guys, and I want to see some gliders wearing some Pooh Shiesty masks, man. Where we at with it? The baklavas. I want to see some gliders and some baklavas. Okay. The Super Gremlins, we can call it Pooh Shiesty mask. Y'all got to call it baklavas. Okay. The Pooh Shiesty mask is like the N-word. If you say it, you're racist. If you're like, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I definitely want to see some folks rocking the BGZM Pooh Shiesty mask. Shout out to Hot Black Desiato. He says glider sagging. Yeah, man, we might have to get y'all some BGZM boxers so the gliders can start sagging and you know, rocking the BGZM boxers. You feel me? But we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. Oh, he said balaclava. My bad. I called it a baklava. Yeah, baklava sounds better anyway. But we're gonna get into the data. So let's get into it. We have the 2020 violent crime statistics, and we can go by state. I definitely like doing by state, so we will do that. And then I have a story from each state that we're gonna go into, so that'll be interesting, right? But we have, okay, so this is from 2010 to 2020. We just, okay, I guess you have to do a 10-year range. We're just gonna look at homicides because that's all we really give a fuck about, honestly. Well, we might just do, okay, they got all violent crimes. All right. We'll do all violent crimes at first, but then we're going to look into the homicides because that's what the community is suffering most, and all these other crimes branch from the homicide. So anyways, this is a pie chart where we have the offender's sex and the victim's sex. Now, as you can see, there are slightly more male on male crimes, but there is a whole heap of male on female crime, which a lot of that can be due to domestic violence. So we're gonna break that down, and we're gonna break it down by race, because that's what we do on this channel. Okay. So let's see. So a lot of these violent crimes were from residents in the home. All right. Residents in the home make up 346,000 of the violent crimes. All right. Then you have 130,000 on highways, alleys, streets, and sidewalks. Wow. So you got 130,000 on highways, alleys, streets, and sidewalks. That is rough. All right. Because you could be walking, driving, whatever you doing, and they're coming to get you. All right. All right. Cool. So the victim's relationship to the offender. So we got 210,000. The relationship was unknown. So you can get bodied by a complete stranger. So they have relationship unknown and stranger. which are two different categories. So I guess relationship unknown is maybe they know him, but they don't know how you know him. Okay. But even then, that's pretty sketchy. But a lot of these bodies are getting taken place by a complete stranger. All right. Complete stranger. And what I find to be interesting that is that there's a lower percentage of boyfriend and girlfriend homicide. So I was assuming that would probably be the number one, DV homicides, domestic violent homicides, but it's actually not. The highest category is relationship unknown and strangers. Okay. So you can get bodied by somebody you ain't never seen in your life. All right. So on my channel, I tell you how to identify, hey, how can I avoid these situations? All right. So we have the weapons. This is like playing Clue. We've got the weapons, right? We got personal weapons and we got handguns, which personal weapons, honestly, I'm trying to see what they mean by personal weapons. Let's see, sort by value, sort by category. Okay, so personal weapons is probably an item, a random item that you could probably hit somebody over the head with, like a baseball bat or a vase or a beer bottle or something like that. But a whole bunch of handguns. All right. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty. So let's get into it. We have race. And as you can see, unfortunately, we are slightly the leaders in offenders. Okay. So we've got 273,000 African-American offenders, or i.e. super gremlin offenders. And then we have 270,000 glider gremlin offenders. So honestly, that's what we're focused on here. It is very perplexing that we have this many super gremlin offenders when we make up about 13% of the population. That's very sad, in my opinion, because if we make up 13% of the population, let's say America has 350 million people in it, right? We make up 13%. So that's about 45 million people. Let's see. So let me do the numbers right quick. No. All right. Okay, so throughout the whole population, there is it's a bad ratio. Okay, it's like a 1% ratio, which when you look at it like that, it doesn't seem that bad, right? It's like, oh, 1%. It's not that bad, but when you really look into it, there's no reason why we should be leading in this category. There's no reason. It's unacceptable. We have way less people, but we're leading in violent offense. So this isn't something where, oh, well, the police they staged it or they framed you or something like that. There's come on, this is way past being framed. So when we have this going on, which is crazy, and then the victims by race, obviously white, but then you have black second. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's not looking good, bro. There's no reason why we should be this close. You know what I mean? It looks like we're making up about, so they got 653,000. Hold on, let me just do the quick math. So we're making up about 38% of the victims. And I'm telling you right now, the perpetrators are not glider gremlins who are filling that 38%. Okay? Maybe 1% of the black victims, the perpetrator was white. Maybe. In all of those instances, we heard about it. Okay, it was on the news. It was everywhere. But look at all these others, man. We got a lot of home invasions. Woo. Okay. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So I definitely want to see what you guys think about those statistics. And that's from 2020. We're not even gonna see 2021. It's sad, bruh. It's sad. Yo, shout out to Hot Black Desiato. He says, Gorilla Wibbles. Gorilla Wibbles. Yo, shout out to that nigga Frank Abracqua. Free my nigga. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Yo, that nigga's crazy, man. That nigga can't stay out of trouble. Damn. But anyways, yeah. So we're looking at these statistics and they're not looking good. All right. They're not looking good. And what I want to do is now we are going to get specific and we're going to go into states. All right. Before we look at let's see. Before we look at these prison statistics, which we're going to also look at the prison statistics. All right. This is what you guys are. Y'all are going to be excited when I show you the prison statistics because it's even worse, man. It's even worse. But we're going to look at the prisons, the murder rates in the prison, man. But we're also going to break down some stories from Georgia, which are pretty upsetting. So let me just pull this joint up. Because it's rough. It's rough. And this will be the call-in. Episode. So I will take you guys' call. I really want to get through this data. And let's see. Damn, I guess I don't have the information. But anyways, all right, so let's get into it. We are going into Georgia. All right, we're going into Georgia. Boom, bap. And this, let's see. All right, so from 2010 to 2020. All right, so all violent crime offenders versus victim demographics. All right, so this is just in Georgia. We're leading in offenses and we're leading in victims, okay? So what this tells me, right? What this tells me is that some of these dudes are reoffending. Some of these dudes are reoffending because there's some overlap. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of these people are not going to be glider gremlins doing this to these brothers and sisters who are becoming victims. Okay. It's just not. It's just not. And it's sad, bro. It really is sad. Niggas don't know what they doing. They're not even gonna look at the data. So hopefully y'all come over here and check out what the fuck we got going on at Black Gen Z Mindset, BGZM News 17. Okay, because this is some real deal. It's some bullshit, man. It's unacceptable. But let's see. Oh, you're saying you can't do all the push-ups. Hey, you gotta stay swole, bruh. But anyways, whew. Anyways, we are going to get into this story, man, because I saw this and there were not many news reports on it, but I did want to cover it. I couldn't let's see. Yeah, I couldn't find many news videos on this one. But I did want to start with this one because the dude tied okay, so basically Riverdale man tied to girlfriend's killing arrested in Clayton County. So this dude is in Riverdale, which I frequented Riverdale a lot. If you guys don't know, especially my cousin, he lived in Riverdale for a minute, so he was out there. This was in the days of Waka Flocka when he was popping in Riverdale, and you know it's gotten a lot worse. So Clayton County police on Wednesday arrested a Riverdale man suspected of killing his girlfriend during a spat this weekend. Molly Lavar McFadden, 42, was charged with malice murder, aggravated assault, tampering with evidence, and firearm used by a convicted felon during the commission of a crime. No bond has been set to McFadden, who remains in custody at the Clayton County Jail. So these niggas ain't playing, all right? They are taking out these sisters like nobody's business, okay? Guys, make sure y'all hit that super trap too. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I don't know how many likes we got up in here, but I know we got 70 viewers, 70 watchers. So make sure you guys hit that like button. The charges stem from the killing of Tasha Patterson, who died Saturday, according to Clayton police. Officers responded to a call at the couple's Riverdale home in the 7300 block of Mockingbird Trail and found Patterson, 41, lying dead in a pool of blood. Investigators determined that she and McFadden, who fled the residence before police and paramedics arrived, had a fight that escalated. Ooh. Patterson's loved ones continue to mourn the New Jersey native. Family members started a GoFundMe campaign to raise money to send her body to the Garden State so she can be buried near her deceased daughter. Loved ones will hold a vigil at Patterson's Clayton County home Saturday, according to relatives. Tasha was full of life, always smiling, checking up on friends and family, and would talk to you on the phone for hours. Patterson's cousin Ida Mosley wrote on the crowdfunding page, "We love her, and she will be dearly missed." So let's go to this GoFundMe because we talk about protecting Black women. Okay, we talk about protecting Black women, which nobody else really talks about it on YouTube like that. No male, at least. But you know, I be speaking on it because it's some real deal Holyfield shit. And the point that I make is that who do these Black women need protecting from? I'll wait.
Oh, say less.
All right, so y'all already know. Lil White homie said say less, so I ain't even gonna say who they need protecting from. But we're going to. This is the GoFundMe. Their goal is $13,000. They've raised $4,800. So guys, if you don't want to hit my super trap, at least go and hit her GoFundMe because there's no reason why this woman should be dead. They say it is with a broken heart that we share that Tasha was a victim of domestic violence. Tasha was full of life, always smiling, checking up on friends and family, and would talk to you on the phone for hours. We love her, and she will be dearly missed. With her untimely passing, the family is in need of assistance with her final arrangements and are trying to get Tasha's body to New Jersey so she can be buried near her daughter, all right? So, as you guys can see, no reason why this woman should be dead. A lot of these super gremlins are I don't know, man. It's like they feel like it's open season on these sisters, and I don't know what type of I don't know how this really got going at the rate that it is now. I guess it's always been happening, right? And there are some content creators on here who talk about, well, you know, domestic abuse really doesn't happen like that. It's an outlier with the okay, and we get that. We just looked at the statistics, and the data sets really does say that, hey, although it happens, it is an outlier to majority violent crimes. Also, you do have to take into account the domestic incidents that were not reported. So I don't want to discount those as well, but they are outliers. But it's an issue, man. It's an issue. And especially in the community, I think that there is a overall feeling that it's okay to go back and forth with these chicks. And I am not saying that these chicks are not combative either. I'm not saying that they won't put hands on you either. But damn, when it gets to the level where you just smoked her, like you just smoked Shorty, yeah, that's where I can't I can't hop on the boat for that, my nigga. Like, a lot of niggas talk, well, that bitch got out of line. She did this, she did it. Look, man, I get that, but at the end of the day, you got to be a man and walk the fuck away. I don't give a fuck where you at. If y'all really get into fighting like that, then you got to move on. All right.
Police have made an arrest in the murder of a Clayton County woman who was found dead in her carport.
Investigators took her boyfriend into custody. Fox Eye's Brian Hill spoke to the 42-year-old victim's family about their loss and today's arrest.
While glad that Clayton County Police have arrested Mallie McFadden, Tasha Patterson's mother and uncle tell me nothing will ever fully heal their broken hearts or make this situation right. According to the incident report for this case, a neighbor called 911 Friday morning after seeing the 41-year-old's body in her carport. She could have done.
Damn, so he left Shorty in the carport. Damn.
On her own stand-up comedy show.
She had a big heart and she loved very hard.
Tasha Patterson's family describes her as vivacious, full of life, and a comedian. Her uncle could have never imagined the disturbing phone call he got Friday morning.
You just don't really know where to begin. You know, it's just heartbreaking even talking about it.
Inside this carport at Patterson's home, Clayton County Police found the 41-year-old shot to death around 8 that morning.
Damn. And the fact that he pulled up at 8 in the morning. They say the party don't stop till 8 in the morning. Okay, like the crack of dawn, Buddy just domed her. Like, I don't get it, man. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Her house is located in Riverdale on Mockingbird Trail near Odysse Lane. 4 days later, detectives arrested Mallie McFadden for her murder. This is video of detectives transporting him to the county jail.
They had a very volatile relationship to start with. There have been several incidences of violence on both parties.
Loved ones say McFadden was Patterson's boyfriend of 2 years.
That's the only thing that eases my pain and everything and my grief, that knowing that he's in jail.
The police narrative mentions disturbing details, saying that Patterson was shot in the head and dragged to her carport. She was also killed the night before.
There's nothing that anybody...
Yeah, see, he probably was going to transport her from the house, but he was like, you know, fuck it. I'm just going to leave Shorty. Like, that nigga is wilding.
They can do until that person wants to do something. And there's not a person I think that I know that didn't, you know, try to get them to go their separate ways. Everybody saw it. Everybody.
Okay, so this was an abusive relationship for a time. And the family members are saying that people tried to convince them to go their separate ways. But it looks like she just had a thing for the Pookies. And obviously he was a convicted felon. So he was probably pulling up with the strap to her house. And, you know, no disrespect to this woman, God rest her dead, but it probably, you know, it made her wet that she was dealing with a nigga from jail. Like, guys, I don't know if you guys saw my fucking community post yesterday. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my community post yesterday, but literally there was, it was a woman who basically said that she was gonna settle down with a jail nigga. And this is what we have to deal with as black men who actually, you know, are not on demon time. All right, we have to deal with our sisters preferring super gremlins on demon time, and it's sad, man. And they say, why are guys dating out? And it's like, bro, they like to say that, oh, black women aren't the preference. It's the European standard of beauty. No, that's not the case. It's just the fact that black men who are about something, black men who, you know, don't stand for the BS and aren't on demon time, black men who aren't the conventional Pookies and Ray Rays. I'm not like every nigga got a little Pookie, and I ain't gonna lie, but who's out here doing demon time activities, Like, those black men are not the preference of a lot of sisters, okay? So you have to understand that dynamic as well. So I always say it's just as hard to find a black woman who you can build with as it is to find a black man you can build with. So it's on both sides. We're both fucked up, all right? But anyways, I want to show you guys this screenshot that one of my brothers sent me. And he was trying to talk to this sister, and he figured out that she was dealing with a brother who was in jail. And he says, "You talking about the dude you posted that's in jail?" She said, "Yep, that's my baby." The brother says, "He's in jail." She says, "So I'm still going to remain loyal to him." So we have women out here who are on Hot Girl Summer, who are on Demon Time, who, you know, are strong and independent, you know, slut walking, but they're being faithful to guys who are locked up behind bars. So you're not going to be faithful to a law-abiding citizen who's out here on the streets breathing free air, but you're going to be faithful to a nigga who's locked up. He says, "You're dating a dude that's in jail." She says, "So?" He says, "I want you to think about that." She says, "I'm 20 years old. It's time for me to settle down and stop playing teenager games." And my thing is, since when did any of these women, not only black women, but since when did any of these women just like, since when did they start settling down at 20 years old? Huh? So we have a woman who wants to settle down at 20 years old with a nigga who is in jail. There's not going to be much settling. There's not going to be much settling. Where are you going to settle? The nigga's in jail. Is he going to, he's going to settle at your house? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying a brother can't come back from prison and change his ways. But come on, man. The recidivism rate, which if you guys don't know what recidivism means, it means that the people in jail who go to jail and then get out, 85% of those people go right back to jail, okay? And it's not even within a long period of time. I believe it's they go right back to jail within the next 5 years. I think the recidivism rate for 5 years is like 85%, and then for like 1 year, or am I getting that wrong? 1 year it's 85%, and then 5 years it's even higher, something like that. But anyways, that's what makes sense. 5 years even higher. But she says, "I'm 20 years old. It's time for me to settle down and stop playing teenager games." He says, with the dude that's in jail. She says he gets out in 2 months. He gets out in 2 months. Why so worried? And I'm finna move up south soon. So this woman has her directions crossed, because from my understanding, the south is down and the north is up. But who knows? You know, if a woman can be a man and a man can be a woman, then I guess south can be up and north can be down too, right? You know, we even have Kanye West naming his kid Northwest. So it seems that north could also be west and south could also be east. So there might be some discrepancies that I may not have caught up to. If you are non-binary or non-directional, please hit me up and make sure that I am not messing that up. Okay.
Toxicity. Yep. Loved ones say the couple had only lived in this house together for about 7 months. Police tell us McFadden is charged with...
Oh, shit. I mean, this is not funny at all, but you move a nigga in for 7 months and he already killed you. I mean, fuck recidivism. It's just like, God, the nigga killed you in 7 months. So my question is, are niggas that bad or are sisters that unbearable? Which one is it? Which one is it? Are niggas that bad or sisters that unbearable? I'm trying to figure out. P. Ann says, Black Gen Z, I tried to send cash through PayPal. They can't find your email. You must be typing it in wrong, bro. It's blackgenzmindset@gmail.com. All right. blackgenzmindset@gmail.com. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I had to return a text, but he said I copy and paste it. Well, I don't know what's wrong with your joint, bro, but nobody else is having a problem sending the PayPal. Yeah, blackgenzmindset@gmail.com. Nobody else has had a problem sending the PayPals, but I don't know. Maybe your shit is fucked up. But anyways, it is what it is, bro. If you can't do the PayPal, do the Cash App, or, you know, whatever. Donate to Shorty's GoFundMe. It doesn't matter. Either way. All right.
Malice murder, tampering with evidence, and aggravated assault. No word right now on when he'll face a judge on those charges. Outside Clayton County Police Headquarters, Brian Hill, Fox 5 News.
All right, guys. So, man, that's a little bit of what's going on in Georgia. We got a couple more stories from Georgia, Atlanta to be specific. And it's really going up. It's not looking good. We got niggas fighting at the airport, y'all. So it's gonna be a long summer. I'm gonna tell you that much right now. But guys, make sure y'all hit that super trap. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App. Before we get into this next story, we are going to go to Jen Quavius on the streets to see what's going down.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jen Quavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Shout out to Higher Image Status. He sends the $1.99 super chat and says, real reporting. Yo, appreciate that. Appreciate that. And guys, if you want to see more of Jen Quavius and want to see more commercials, definitely let me know. I have some commercial ideas in the works and they're going to be pretty funny. So we're going to be adding more skits, really short, but we definitely want to bring in more skits. All right. So.
Man believed to be a passenger has obtained video of an unidentified man believed to be a passenger slugging a worker at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. It happened late last night and appeared to stun staff and customers in a very crowded Concourse C.
Wow. So look at this brother, and I guarantee he's like a Hotep. He a Hotep type nigga. This is what these Hoteps be on. Like these, I'm a strong, like, bruh. These niggas be on some bullshit. Like, look how he yanked away from that woman. Like, for one, you at the airport, my nigga, it is not that serious. But this is how these Hoteps operate. That's why when I got on, and shout out to the Lapeef Network, but when I got on the Lapeef Network and we were having that discussion, I'm telling you guys right now, when we were talking about the N-word and stuff like that, this is how a lot of these dudes are going to react. This is how these dudes are going to react. And it just goes to show that these dudes are hyper emotional. Okay. Hyper emotional. Okay. And they learn this from they mothers. And it's like no reason for you to be acting like this in public. I don't care what happened, bruh. You over here bucking up at people for no reason.
The Atlanta Police
appeared to stun staff and customers in a very
look how he pushed the woman's arms. Like, dude, come on, G.
Crowded Concourse C.
The Atlanta Police Department has not said anything about what happened, but is investigating tonight. Fox 5 Sports did.
Look, he trying to get around the sisters. The sisters is trying to tell him, no, brother, don't ruin your life over this. Look at how many chances he had to turn away. Look at how many chances he had to say, you know what? You're right, sister. Like, you're right. Let me move differently. Let me just turn around and turn the cheek and turn a new leaf.
Diggs has the story.
It is rare that you see acts of violence here at the airport. In the video, I want you to notice some very courageous females got in the way to confront this man.
Hey, brother, don't do that. Look, brother, don't do that. They're going to take you to...
This nigga took his shirt off, bruh. He took his shirt off, man. I swear niggas just be trying to act hard for no reason.
The prison tonight.
Why is this man removing his shirt? The reason would play out in an ugly episode late in the evening at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport.
Ooh!
That plane strike with a closed fist must have stunned the staff.
Woo! So you seen him. He stole off. He stole on him with a right. Shout out to Hot Black Desiato. He says, I think a skit where Jenquavius gets tired, annoyed, overworked with being the primary Sun crime reporter would be funny. Oh yeah, I definitely got one coming. Shout out to I got a PayPal. I just got a PayPal in. Cha-ching. Oh wow. Shout out to Pamela Anderson. They say, or she says rather, let me view the message. Oh wow, I guess I can't see the whole message. Let me see if I can read your message, Pamela. All right. So yeah, we got the message from Pamela Anderson. And the note from Pamela, I don't think there was enough black crime for both you and ACT to cover it. I was wrong. Oh, I didn't think that there was enough. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's a lot of stories that I miss. There are a lot of stories that I'm not able to get to. Okay, there are a lot of stories that just I don't have time. I'm putting out 2 videos a day, going live twice a week. So I don't have an opportunity to really get to them. But yeah, man. Honestly, what I'm gonna do in the future, which I'm not gonna give it away, but I definitely want to create a platform where it's like crowdsourcing, crowd sharing. So I'm definitely I have a business model for that as well. And I do want to. This is what I'll say. I do want to keep it black up in here. So the only people that I will be considering on that on the new channel that I make are other African Americans who, understand the plight, because you can't really bring a white guy in to talk about these situations. Otherwise they're going to be looked at as, oh, he's racist and this, that, and third. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that when we move forward with this channel. So probably once I get to like 100K subscribers, hopefully, if that's a possibility, if that ever occurs, then we will start doing like more crowdsourcing so we can cover stories from everywhere. So I want to have reporters in Georgia. I want to have reporters in Las Vegas. I want to have reporters in California, and not like on the street corners or anything like that. But, they're doing it the same way that I do it, and I'll teach them the format, and then we'll get it cranking. We'll keep certain terminologies the same, but this channel will always be this channel. I'll be the only one uploading on this channel, but I definitely am going to look into a more crowdsource type thing so we can cover more of these stories so the awareness can spread even quicker. So anyways, yeah, this brother is acting a damn fool.
The man walking up and down as if trying to figure.
Notice how he has smoke for another black man. Look, there's a white man right next to him. Look at the glider right next to him. We got the old glider right. He's not even worried about it. He's on the computer like, man, these niggas, they done turned the airport into the soul plane. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even worried about it. He doesn't even feel threatened by this nigga. But the sisters know what type of damage that he could put in, right? The sisters know. But he has no smoke for the glider, but he has smoke for another black man. But these are the same niggas who will be on that Hotep shit. I'm trying to tell you, these Hotep niggas are frauds, bro. These Hotep niggas are frauds.
Figure out what he might do next. No police are visible, at least immediately. Several females took control.
You got to go. Do not. Do not.
Until eventually.
And where are the men to knock this nigga's lights out? You have women trying to calm him down. You have women trying to calm him down. Like, this is crazy. The men are just like, man, fuck it. It ain't my problem. Men, I'm going to tell you, men across the board, not just black men, but white men across the board, they're not really reacting to other violent men. Like, back in the day, if you see a man bucking up and like all the valiant men would go and try and stop the altercation. Now they're just like, fuck it. It's not even worth it. And as a glider, you can't stop this altercation because you'll be viewed as racist. And as another black man, if you try and stop the altercation, this nigga might want to kill you.
Eventually, the man seemingly cools down.
So the only ones that can really stop these niggas are sisters, but he also might kill the sisters too. But the sisters have the least likelihood of being killed by this nigga or seriously injured. Isn't that something?
I'm good.
The Atlanta Police Department says it cannot release any details until the official police report is ready. During the episode, you could hear a worker call out asking, where are the police officers? Where are the police officers? It's a question we've raised before about airport police staffing, and we'll be following up from the airport.
Whoa, weren't y'all the same niggas talking about defund the police? Yeah, that's for the airport too, bruh. That's for the airport too. You can't just say defund the police and then think, oh, well, they're just talking about the police on the street. Because those are like, and even if a police were to intervene in this situation, and he would have had to put hands and feet on that super gremlin, then he would have been deemed as a racist officer. Okay? He would have been deemed as a racist officer. So you can't win for losing. Can't win for losing.
Morse Diggs, Fox 5 News.
All right, guys. So we are about an hour and 15 minutes into the broadcast. What I'm gonna do now is I am going to bring on, if you guys want to come on, I'm gonna drop the StreamYard link and we can have a discussion. Now, don't be coming on here talking all that crazy shit. Act like you got some damn sense. I will need you guys to cam up, but you don't have to cam up the whole time. Just cam up in the back chat, and then before I bring you on, I'll let you know. But honestly, you know how YouTube works. It'd be a whole bunch of weirdos and shit. So yeah, if you guys want to come up, the StreamYard link is down below. I just dropped the link. So make sure you guys get up into there. We're going to get into let's see. Whew, okay. We're going to get into these prison statistics, and these come from the Department of Justice, or the Justice Department, whichever, however you want to say it. How do you want it? All right. So let's see. Boom. All right, guys. So the StreamYard link is down there. If you want to join. If not, then that's fine too. Let me see if I can pin this. No, I can't pin it from here. Hold on. Shout out to Prody Galas Return. They say, weeks ago, you had a thumbnail of the most beautiful baby boy, chocolatey, I've seen. Was that you as a baby? Oh, nah. That wasn't me, but I was definitely a very beautiful baby. Yeah, I mean. But anyways, we are on the Justice Department. Their statistics from 2001 to 2019, the mortality rates in state and federal prison. All right. So we're going to start off with this figure here. And this is the number of unnatural deaths of state prisoners by cause of death. And number one cause of death in prison is suicide. Okay. So prison is like hell. All right. Prison is hell on earth. And that's how it should be for violent offenders. Now, in my opinion, if they're not violent offenders, then there should be some type of way that it's not going to push them towards suicide, where they're going to be involved with super gremlins and shit like that, who are going to bully them and try and make them join a gang or some shit like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that goes on in prison politics. I'm not going to get into it, but yes, suicide is the number one thing. Look, drug and alcohol intoxication is the number two cause of death. And this is up to 2019. So niggas have been able to get drugs into the prisons a lot easier now. Okay. If you guys, let's see. If you guys have seen those guys who work on the side of the road, like I guess they're doing probation or whatever, the prison workers who work on the side of the road and shit, right? Those dudes, like, if you drive by them, especially in Atlanta, and like if you drive by them and you're at an exit and there's like a prison nigga and he's picking up trash and shit like that, they will definitely be like, hey, where the gas at? Where the gas at? Where the pills at? Where the this at? Where the that at? Like, they are in jail, but they're still asking where the drugs are at. Okay. So these niggas are literally in jail, but they have some type of work release. They're picking up trash on the side of the highways, side of the freeway, on the exits. And whenever they see a car that looks black and don't like like if they see a Challenger or a Camaro or a Charger, they're gonna come up to your car, ask me how I know, and they're gonna be like, yo, where the gas at? Where the this at? Where the that at? Like, this shit just happened to me the other day. So these niggas are getting drugs into the prisons, and sometimes these street drugs are not safe, up to par. Okay. And people are dying from it. All right. So we also have the homicides. The homicides have gradually increased. Okay. They have gradually increased. And in 2019, they're at an all-time high. Now, that's most likely because there's an increase in prison population and whatnot. And gang culture has really been a factor in a lot of these homicides. So, it's tough. But it's very dangerous in prison, especially when it comes to your mental health. So the fact that suicide rates are that high in prison is tough. All right. So as you can see, this is the mortality rate diagram per 100,000 state and federal prisoners. And as you can see, the state prisons are always more dangerous than the federal prisons. Okay. Always more dangerous than the federal prisons. Let's see if they break this down even further. All right. Let's see if we can get a demographics chart. Deaths of state and federal prison by causes. Okay. So yeah, we got 1,400 homicides. And by the way, they said that Straight Drop, the guy who killed young Dolph, Justin Johnson, they said that he's getting used and abused in prison. So I guess there is some retaliation. Whereas a lot of people will say, "Oh well, there's really smoke for the pedos and the people who take advantage of women and all this stuff." And it's like, nah, not really. It's a lot of it is just personal beef. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So percent of deaths of state prisoners by decedent's characteristics. All right. So let's go to 2019. So we had 30% of the deaths in the prisons in 2019 were black, 55% were white. Okay. So there's still more white people dying in prison than black people. All right. So we got the mortality rate per 100,000. All right. So yeah, they just broke that down. Cause of death and decedent characteristics. All right. So these are they're just expanding the chart. But yeah, you guys get the gist, man. Very dangerous. Okay. Let's see. Spicy Parodi says, I hope you debate vegan gains again. Y'all based. Okay. Yeah. I did debate vegan gains on my other channel. We were talking more about female nature, but you know, I don't really have no beef with vegan gains. A lot of people try and create some beef, but there's no beef. But yeah, I mean, shit, guys, where y'all at, man? Y'all don't want to come on the panel and chat a little bit? We got a little time. But I definitely wanted to go over those statistics with you guys. Let's see. It's very upsetting that the FBI is not going to be putting out these crime statistics, man. It really is. Let's see. We got hate crime statistics. So this should be interesting, right? Let me see if I can find these. We got victims, offenders. Okay. By race, ethnicity, and age. All right. Okay, so we have the hate crime statistics. And honestly, I really think that these stats are skewed. This is from 2019. All right. And as you can see, it shows that there were 6,400 hate crimes in 2019. 3,300 of those were perpetrated by glider gremlins, and 1,500 of those were perpetrated by super gremlins. Now, we all know that a lot of these crimes against gliders are not classified as hate crimes. Okay. So I did a story on the super gremlin who put the glider woman in the septic tank. Not classified as a hate crime. We did the story on the 14 super gremlins, 1 male, 3 female super gremlins who dismembered Linda Fricky, the white 73-year-old woman from New Orleans. Not classified as a hate crime. We have so many instances. The white jogger from Atlanta, Georgia. What was his name again? Lord have mercy. It's a lot of names that I really try and remember these victims. Thomas Arnold. He was killed by a few super gremlins. Those were not classified as a hate crime. So we've got plenty of instances where there are super gremlins. Okay, RW, I see you in the back chat. We'll get you up here. You cammed up, so you don't have to stay cammed up. But I see you in the back and you got your little boxing joint. All right. So we have a lot of these crimes that are not classified as hate crimes that are perpetrated against gliders, but they're not classified as hate crimes. All right. So let's get RW up here to see what he has to say. Like I said, guys, do not come on my stream talking no crazy shit. Don't be saying no shit that you know you ain't supposed to say, but there will be no censoring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, unless you just say some wild shit, you know. But anyways, let's see what RW has to say. What's good, RW?
Hey, what's up, Z? I'll try to keep it PG rated as much as possible.
All right.
But yeah, I've been following these kind of things for a number of years now, starting with Colin Flattery. Not sure if you'd heard of him. I guess he could say he was like a precursor to Ock, and also kind of an influence on Ock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he passed away.
I know Colin Flattery.
Yeah, he came out with the 2 infamous books.
Don't make the black kids mad.
Kids angry, and what?
Yeah,
don't make the black kids angry, and white girl bleed a lot. And those were like the 2 biggest selling books on Amazon. You know, before they got really super woke, and they just discontinued selling them. So you had to go to his website and get them. But yeah, I used to follow him on Facebook, but I got rid of Facebook. It's trash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was covering that, and people weren't they just didn't want to deal with those facts, and and he was covering up to him until the day he died, because he died of stage 4 colon cancer, and but they did everything they could to kick him off of YouTube, and then look, here we are now,
right.
Just it's got progressively worse.
Yeah, you're right, man. And the thing is, a lot of times it is about the messenger. Like there's like purveyors of the online space, and we all know about censoring and shadow banning and all these types of things to limit the message. I mean, hell, even my channel gets a lot of, I would say, limiting from YouTube, if you will. And I've seen other channels who have limiting
tons of them,
limited channels. Say what?
Yeah, tons of them are getting strikes. They've lost their monetization, or trying to get, they can't even get monetized anymore. So yeah, they're just eventually, they'll just shut you down too. I think Liberal High, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that channel. He got like a reprieve, and they seemed to give him another chance, but they were about to shut him down.
Yeah, man. And it's tough. You really have to toe the line. That's why I speak the way that I speak on my premieres, because people always say, "Oh, well, why don't you just say like say this and say that?" And I'm like, look, I can only say a certain amount of things. Like, I don't even curse on my regular shows, because I don't want, like, they demonetize damn near all of my fucking videos. So it's like, shit, I'm not even doing nothing in the videos, but they're getting demonetized. So, in order for me to really go 100% in this, there has to be some type of financial incentive. That's not what I'm doing it for totally, but there has to be something to justify a lot of time being put into this channel. That's why I want to get into more like crowdsourcing, because it would just like free up a lot more of my time, but the message would still be able to get out.
Well, yeah, there's only a few of you guys that are actually out there doing it. You, Ock, and then Joel Davis Media. You were on his channel a few weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good dude, and I think he's in he's in Georgia too.
Yeah, I think he's in South Georgia.
Yeah, he's some small town, but yeah, you three are the only ones that are all these other channels, they're not, and they're more on the woke side. There was one I came across the other day that was talking about that Asian men were beating up on black women. I didn't subscribe to his channel, but
Yeah,
I was looking at it. I'm like, B1 something, or it started with a B. It was B and something, and I'm
yeah,
like, I
yeah,
think maybe you
yeah,
know what I'm talking about. And I'm like,
yeah. I think I
that
saw
dude is
a
totally,
clip of that, but
he's
yeah, what
totally
people gotta
delusional.
understand is a lot of those chicks are going in there and doing shit, and then they getting caught. Like I don't know, there was one video that I posted where these Asians were keeping a woman inside of a store, and then there was like this gay black dude, and he was like, y'all don't need to be doing that. Like, stop, y'all,
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter, this and third. And he's like trying to help her, but she literally just robbed the store and she's trying to escape, and they're keeping her in so that the police can come in.
Yeah, I've seen all kinds of things, riding the trains and stuff here in Dallas. I'm in Dallas. So allegedly we have one of the most advanced, public transportation systems in the United States, but they changed everything. And, because of the pandemic, they're short on drivers and passengers. So, but I've seen all kinds of mayhem. I haven't seen anybody get killed, but I've seen fights. I had to get up one day out of my seat and move. This guy got pissed off because he didn't want to pay his fare. So he decided to throw his bicycle across the train. So, yeah, it's always, yeah, I've heard all kinds of, I've seen about quite a bit of crazy things on the train. So yeah,
Whew.
yeah,
Well,
I
yeah, we
pack
got
like
another person in the back chat, Cootie. Hopefully you ain't on no crazy shit, but we'll bring you in here, see what you got to say.
Yo, how you doing? One, I was gonna say, I appreciate your channel, man. You really doing work out here. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm from Chicago.
Oh
So that's
shit.
Uh-oh.
super gremlin, super gremlin territory. But
Super Gremlin Central, my nigga.
yeah, it's funny because it's always a bit of isolation when you're black, but you understand that the super gremlin activities that go on in just the mindset and just the culture, and you see everybody just going with it. It's just
Yeah.
wild. I remember when
Yeah.
I came across your channel. It's what was it?
Black Gen Z.
Oh yeah, when I came across your channel, and I first seen the title, I was like, wow, like it just it just popped out. You don't see it every day, but I appreciate what you're doing. And yeah, it's crazy. I moved. I'm in California right now, but yeah, and I was living there until I was 19. I just moved last year, but yeah, it's just I don't it's not it's just so much. It's just what I'm saying, but I just want to
Yeah.
call in and say I appreciate you, man. Really putting out these videos and just not even caring about political correctness. You just being right. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, like when I say super gremlin, like people are like, what do you mean by super gremlin? What do you mean? And I'm like, bro, it's a mentality. Okay.
Mentality, yeah, it's not
It's a
even black or
mentality.
white. It's just a super gremlin.
Yeah. Facts. And that's like, it's a real issue out here where dudes are really on demon time and they not giving a fuck, and they doing whatever the fuck. Like it's on 10 now. It's on 10 because now dudes just don't feel like there's gonna be any consequences.
And I was just about to say the DAs, like in every city, you see how they just lowering the stances on crime. It's almost like they really just want people to be out here like that. And you see people just buying into it. I remember my cousin, I had told him he was basically thinking about doing something. I just had to tell him, I'm like, man, they wouldn't make crime easy if they didn't want you to do it. Like you can't buy into things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what they want you to do. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly when you talk about the super gremlin mentality. It's like devoid of morality. It's just what I want, and whatever happens, happens. You just crazy stories all the time. People coming in shooting old ladies and shit. Like, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, we got the same thing here in Dallas. Like I think like $600 or $700 underneath under that amount, that you won't be subject to like prosecution.
Yeah, I
For
know
theft.
in New York, it's like they changed all of them down. It's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like if you I think you made a video about this when you were talking about like with the misdemeanors and the felonies, and it's like if you
Yeah.
stick up a gun, if you stick up a place with a gun, it's like it's some certain litigation. Like if you don't use it in a quote unquote like threatening manner or something, you could get back on the street at the same night. And it's like what? Like those you could tell those for, and it's funny, you know what I'm saying, for people to say Black Lives Matter, like you could tell the people who make these rules truly do not value the life because it's like making it way too easy. But it's up to us to, you know what I'm saying, make those changes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only people who can change our behavior is us.
It's
And
us. Exactly.
yeah, and it's going down everywhere. Like you see the same type of shit, the same type of situations going down in all the major cities and even on the outskirts. And you just have to realize that, yo, what the fuck do we got going on that we can't get a hold on this shit?
I would say I'm going to San Francisco. It's not that much of a difference, especially with the laxer law. Especially, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of just super lax. You know, that's like liberal ground zero. So
Facts.
Well, we
Yo,
got
shout out to
Houston.
Spicy Parodies. He says, can you discuss murders going up in Houston by 50% and just crime overall? I want to save my city, but I don't know what to do. Stay based.
I was
So what
about
do
to
you have
mention
say with
that.
RW, you're from Texas, right?
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Oh yeah, Houston's lit, man. It's right now in North Texas, we've got a severe problem with theft of gas. They're stealing gas
Oh,
like crazy
yeah.
in here in Texas right now. You know, siphoning. They're going to the pumps and they're hacking people's credit card numbers, and so they're telling people, to go inside and either pay with cash or bring your card inside. So yeah, it's I wait till summertime though. It's gonna be the summer of
Facts.
hell.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really bad.
Exactly.
Because I mean, I had to go
So we
down.
got- I was just gonna say we got Johnny Reb on the stream. If you want to throw your 2 cents in there, we got you on stream. See what this man talking about.
Well, I'm here from Texas as well. Just got out for work, so.
Okay, shout out to you.
Where are you based out of, Texas?
Oh, I'm just a couple hours north of Houston there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Dallas. All right.
So what do you have to say to Spicy Parodies about the crime problem, the murders going up by 50% in Houston? What do you think can be done?
I say look and see who your DAs are and look at what they're doing. And those that are elected, make sure that if they're not tough on crime, get them out of there. Organize against them. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I actually did a story of a city councilman who was trying to push a law. His name is Michael Kubosh. He was trying to push a law that would not allow violent offenders to bond out. But once he got it pushed to the city council, it was rejected, and I guess the send-off vote was rejected by, some woke Hispanic lady and whatnot. So we have people, in the depths of the government, local and federal, that are, keeping this thing going. What do you guys have to say about that in Texas? Like what?
Well, it doesn't help. We've got all these people from blue states, flocking here. I mean, Austin is a hole now. Houston's gotten bad. So they're bringing their shitty politics with them, which you would think they would want to leave that in the blue state. And, because why the hell are you moving to a red state to begin with if your blue state sucks?
Exactly.
I don't,
that's what I don't get. I'm like, yo, why?
It makes zero sense.
Exactly.
It's like you deliberately left that state, California, New York, or whatever. You went to Texas, or people from New York going, heading to Florida. So leave your shitty politics there, and change your mindset.
It's like they don't know, they can't, like they moved because they just felt like it sucked there. Like, it's starting to suck here. Let's move. But they don't know really why they actually moved.
Yeah, I'm in the burbs, so I mean, I'm in a good area. I'm living in a mixed complex. Know my black neighbors, know some of my white neighbors. So it's quiet over here. For the most part. Just traffic's real heavy, but car traffic that is. But it's just I like living here. But we do get our influx of homeless people. That's getting worse everywhere now. With public transportation bringing them in, and they can get aggressive, but if they know who you are, if they see you, they just know well, it's just this guy ain't gonna give me any money, so they just don't even bother with you. But I mean, it's I don't know. I don't think we can do 4 years with this fucking potato in charge.
Oh my God! Right, bro. Right.
We can't, man. We'll turn into a fucking third world cesspool by then, the way we're going.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're not wanting to put out the FBI crime statistics, because you're going to see a huge jump from when Trump was in office to Biden.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the FBI, they're complicit in all the false records, and and of course they're protecting the potato son too. So the
right. The
what I'm talking about, laptop situation. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
yeah, they tried. Giuliani tried to hand them the laptop and say, "This has got illicit stuff on here that the FBI should be investigating," and they didn't even want to take it.
Damn. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, he's a total Hunter's a total fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
Just lower than the low. The whole family, actually, So you kind of wonder what's going to happen with that the diary too. Where is that diary? It's probably in FBI hands.
Yeah, man, it's a whole bunch of shit going on at the top, and it shows itself, at the bottom, and man, this is the result of it. Just the.
Well, you kind of wonder what the lefties are going to think about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a full upheaval of justice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got that, and you got the Ukraine situation, but now the Ukrainian government wants the transgenders to get into battle fatigues and start fighting along the aside the soldiers.
Right.
So that's going to really piss off the lefties. That's going to really get them going when they start shit, and then they're going to think, well, maybe we picked the wrong side then. I don't really trust either one of them. I don't trust Russia either, but it's like, but now they're seeing, is Ukraine really any better than Russia? No, they're cut from the same cloth. They're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, exactly. But my thing is like, like they're trying to associate, oh well, gas prices went up because of Russia and Ukraine and all this kind of shit, and it's like, nah, that we've been looking for, or we've been approaching a readjustment when it comes to inflation and the financial status.
65% of the price increase happened before the troops even moved.
Right. Exactly. And
I'm
just looking at. Go ahead.
No, I was just this fucking potatoes is going to keep get us in a deeper and deeper hole, that we're not going to be able to get out of, unless something and then something drastic may happen then. And what that is, I don't know. But it's just who knows what they're saying. In some states that gas by the summertime might be $10 a gallon depending on where you live. So I don't know.
Yeah. I could see it getting that way in Cali for real. And, we got local politicians like Governor Kemp. He's trying to like give like a tax refund and take away the state tax on gasoline to try and keep the gas prices low. But at the end of the day, you can only do so much. And a lot of these costs that from just printing more money and making things more expensive. Also, the Keystone Pipeline, like shutting that shit down. All of these costs are going to be transferred to the consumer. And we're sitting here left to hold the bag. Like, I felt that damn that gas increase. I don't know if anybody else felt that shit, but I felt that shit.
Well, you got to think too. There's also going to be it's going to be an increase of theft of cars too, and that's going to make
Right.
depending on where you live, car insurance go up. But you're going to start seeing not only gas but thefts of cars, skyrocket.
Yep.
Because people get so desperate, they'll just get gas any way they can, and they're not gonna sit there and someone won't take the time out to siphon that shit out, so they'll just go and take the.
They're already stealing cars. They're already stealing cars. Just use them as transportation across the city.
Yeah, the super gremlins are already jacking the cars. It's like they're not even using it for gas though; they just using it for a joyride. So imagine if people start really jacking cars for a purpose. It's gonna get a lot more sophisticated.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna get a lot more
That's
sophisticated.
coming.
Exactly, because you can't just like if you jack in a car and you're actually gonna do something with it or try and resell it or take the gasoline, whatever, it's gonna be a lot more thought out, and instead of just like random super gremlins just jacking a car and ripping an old woman's arm off and shit. It's gonna be more thought out, and a lot of them are gonna start getting away with it more. That's what's gonna start.
Well, and there lies the snowball effect. You're gonna start more people are gonna get injured and killed because of that too.
Yep.
So
let me ask you guys this: how long have you been watching my channel?
I think I've been one of the first ones from Ox channel.
Okay.
Been on with Ox quite a couple years now, and then I started seeing you pop up on the lives. That's a totally different crowd over there too.
Right.
When some of them are actually more kind of combative. Also, I noticed.
Yeah.
When Ock does his regular one, it's kind of like chilled out. But when you get these other people in there that actually you don't see them as much in Ock's like regular daily channel videos, you see a totally different crowd. They're really combative. Maybe it's the topics, I don't know, but yeah, you keep posting it in there, and then I just I'm a mod in the other one, his Tuesday and Friday channel, and then went ahead and clicked on yours, and I was like, well, got another good channel. You're growing pretty steady too,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the growth up. Staying consistent with it. I've done multiple YouTube channels, and I start to see like a pattern of what you can and can't do, and some of my channels have been fucked up all the way, so I've had to like restart. But yeah, I definitely want to get the message out, and I definitely want to just keep reporting on this shit, because nobody else is really bringing a light to it. And a lot of the times, like, I've had some of these people's family members reach out to me, and sometimes they'll be like giving me more information on like details, intimate details of what really happened. So later on, when the shit cools down, I don't want to bring it up now because there was a lot of emotions going on, but I'm gonna do a show where people have hit me up from some of my stories and given me the inside scoop on what's really going on, and y'all are gonna really enjoy that one, because there's really people who are connected to some of these slain brothers and sisters who make it to my channel, and they are giving me more insight on what actually happened and both sides of the story. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. Plus I got receipts. So yeah.
I found Ock when he was doing the Breonna Taylor series there, going through the deep dive into Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely a good one.
I
they
just
kind
found
of
found you through him.
yeah.
So
Well, if you depending on what you're connected to on your YouTube channel, the subject matter, pops up in your like a homepage, and like I'm subscribed to a lot of Black conservatives. Some of them actually, pop up on Ox channel and your channel. Hood Conservative was earlier today in your channel, Z. And then I've seen ABL a couple times. He snuck in there on Ox channel. So. So I started out with like, like Tatum, I know he gets a lot of flack, but I started with Tatum, Jericho Green, and ABL. And then I found all these smaller channels, like Hood Conservative, Trey the MBD, and then Joel Davis. And, then I turned them on to other channels because I'm mod on some of theirs. And it just snowballed. And then, Ox came up and, I was like, what's going on with this? So I clicked on that, and it's like, it was like, oh, then I started watching more videos. I was like, damn, like I knew the crime was bad, but
right. I wish there was I wish that more creators would collaborate.
yeah, I'm always trying to get you guys together. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's so important that, we share a united front, especially on these types of issues, because it's been going on for so long, and people try and act like they don't have solutions. But the thing is, the solution hurts. Okay. The solution is painful. It's a painful solution. But it's necessary. And the fact of the matter is, what they're doing now is just making it worse. Like more lenient. That shit was just stupid. It doesn't even make sense to be more lenient and with the reforms and the sentencing. Oh man, it's just awful right now. Like that's really the main issue, because police are catching a lot of these folks before they commit the big crimes. Like they're committing felonies, they're committing violent felonies, but they're catching them before they're murdering. But then they get let out not even months, like days later. So it feels like they're respawning. It's like a GTA game, and they just you get arrested, respawn with zero money, you back out on the streets. Like, and now the niggas is more desperate because it's like now they willing to take it all the way there because they starting from zero.
Well, yeah, the crimes are getting more savage, the white lady got her, her arm dismembered, and drugged. Yeah. But then you go back to the CVS one where the elderly Black guy, they have to shoot him twice and run him over 2 times. They couldn't just push him down and take the car. I mean, seriously, if they're going to do something like that, the crimes are getting a lot more savage,
right.
Really brutal. So, now, and you got all these, and the criminals, of course, we know they're getting younger. And, just imagine, though, this is what's going to happen, though. It's going to happen. And you already probably know this. The Enoch knows it. It's going to happen where it's going to be a white guy. He's going to shoot one of these kids to defend himself.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot one of these little kids.
That's going to be Rittenhouse all over again.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And it could happen this summer, and then BLM will resurface and those Antifa fucks and all those other troublemakers.
The thing that saved Rittenhouse is that even though everybody thought he shot some Black people because it was at a Black Lives Matter protest, he didn't shoot no Black people. Like if he would have shot some Black people, I almost can guarantee that he would have been. They would have charged him.
Well, he did us a favor though too. He took out a chomo. This guy was like a serial chomo. He like raped 11 kids or something. He deserved to die. And Kyle, you forget, everybody doesn't understand. Kyle's only 5'3" too. He's a little guy.
Yeah.
But
it's like you could say that for a lot of these other dudes. Like with the Dante Wright situation, there's a lot of shit was going on with there, but. I mean, he fucking shot his best friend, robbed another chick, sexually assaulted her, whatnot. He was doing a lot. And Jacob Blake, same shit. He was doing a lot too. So a lot of these dudes have a checkered past, and then they're running into these altercations, and people are wondering why the shit's blowing up. And it's like, look, they were on a downward spiral from the get-go.
And then you got Frank
it was just a matter of
Abakwa
time.
there in New York.
Oh yeah, Frank Gorilla Woo-Woos.
Hey, did you see Matthew Harris from UCLA? He got arrested for threatening emails, but he sent out the 803-page manifesto, and it says the N-word 10,300 times in it. It is hilarious.
Damn, hold on. Who?
Frank, it was Matthew Harris, UCLA professor. Rakita Law had an episode there. It was a Whoopi Goldberg episode where he was going to go in there talk about Whoopi Goldberg, and he did for the first few minutes. And then he gets into the Matthew Harris thing, and it destroyed his stream. He was just sitting there laughing at it the rest of the stream. And he made it into a segment. It reads one page from it every night.
Damn. Okay.
Well, there was an incident. There was an incident in Rochester too a couple weeks ago to high school, and that got squashed after they found out that it was a black female, Latina female that scrawled the N-word and about separate water fountains and all this, and you didn't hear any more about that one. But if it would have been a white person, it'd been run on CNN and 24/7.
So this dude Matthew Harris. Wow. Okay. So this dude is a black guy trying to make it seem like somebody wrote this racist manifesto. Is that what you're saying?
He wrote it and posted it on the UCLA site.
Oh,
and,
he threatened a mass shooting.
Yeah, he actually threatened to emails, and that's what they got him for. There's nothing in the actual manifesto that rises to the level of legal threats, but the theory is from reading the manifesto is that he liked a blonde white colleague, and she didn't want to have anything to do with him, and that's what set him over the edge.
Damn. Okay, man.
So I got my dinner to eat. I'll be listening, but I'm gonna check out.
I see you, John. Appreciate you joining the stream.
All right, later.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. But yeah. That's crazy. I'll do a story on that one. That's very interesting. So we'll definitely cover that. Guys, and appreciate you, RW, for coming on the stream. I'm gonna let you go here. But you got any last words for you, brother?
Well, I see you've got them lined up in the queue already, so I'm kind of going through and set my reminders. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, I mean, you guys are working overtime on this. So yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's like there's not enough hours in the day for you to do all these. But no, I mean, I don't know. We need a crime bill. We need something. I'm not saying we're going to get it, but that's what we need. I mean, that may not be the whole deterrent, but it's a start. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come to to the point where it doesn't matter whether it's legal or illegal or not, depending on what state you're in. You're gonna have to carry something. You're gonna be strapped.
Oh yeah. You definitely got to be strapped, man.
If you're in one of these blue states, that believe that guns are they cause all the violence out there, which we know is not entirely true. So that's what it's going to come to, and we're going to it's going to be a cruel summer, dangerous hot summer. So
yeah, man. Well, hey, everybody heed RW's warning. He out there in Texas, man. So if y'all need some guns, go.
Yeah, come to Texas. We'll hook you up. We're a red state, and we're friendly. So just keep your communist politics to yourself, and you'll be all right.
Facts.
But I appreciate. I mean, I love the channel. I'm there quite a bit, as much as possible. Ox channel, Joel Davis Media's channel. Check them out too. But yeah, like you said though, definitely need to do more. Guys need to do more lives. Together, with other channels, to get the message out. That'll help. It helps the algorithm too, you know. So
facts.
But yeah, anyway, thanks for having me up, and keep up the good work, and fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters. All right, man. That was RW. Shout out to him for coming in on the stream. Guys, that was a pretty good show. 2 hours we went there. I got a few other videos that we're gonna break down, and man, it's rough out here in the community. We do have a hater in the chat, which is fine. But you know, maybe you can join the stream next time and we can talk about it. I put the stream link down there. You could have joined, but you didn't. So that says enough about yourself. But anyways, guys, you already know what it is, man. It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Same relationship questions or crime stories to the email down below. And we're going to let Genquavius send us off.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Genquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.